Hello, everyone. Okay, I wanted to dive in and give you guys kind of like what it looks like to work with someone who's a professional in the nutrition field. I mean, we're all kind of different, but when working with me, it's all about personalization and creating unique plans for individuals. So I thought it would be really beneficial for you guys to understand how to get from point A, which is how you're feeling now, to point beach, we'll call it the destination that you want to go, and how to make it there way faster than what we would be trying to do online. And the one thing that keeps coming up for me in client sessions, in my polling, in my asking questions, is it's so overwhelming. It's so hard. Looking online, there's just so much information. The same in the autism world. I hear this day in and day out. And this actually kind of really inspired this new way of accepting clients and seeing clients. And it's all based in simplicity. It's all based in creating simple things to get you from point A to point B, because it really isn't that hard. It's just creating a repeatable process. So part of it is actually just creating a system for you guys. And so with that in mind, I thought I would show you through the process of what it looked like when people had a bit of nutritional therapy. Well, this would cover and how I meal plan for them and kind of educate them in meal prepping and scheduling, because all of that are things that we talk about. The first thing that we talk about generally is the goal. So we do this with symptomatic assessments, whether it be, sorry, that light's pretty, not fun, through symptomatic assessments, whether we're looking for pain. I can give you guys, I'll call her Debbie. I'll call Debbie a client of mine who came to me where she was feeling like just awful. Okay. And she had gained, we'll say 40 to 50 pounds in, we'll say about 6 months. She had an injury. She was suffering from recurrent headaches. Her anxiety was monstrous. But what she came to me for was for detoxification and weight loss. And so we dug a little deeper, right? We kind of really went a little deeper with that. I always do some nutritional therapy assessments. We start there. That's just kind of a really powerful tool that I use for all of my clients, including all of my autism clients or autism family clients, all of my clients that are going on their weight loss journey, all of the clients that are doing detox. It's just part of one of the processes, because it allows us to pinpoint treating the body as a whole system, versus breaking apart the symptoms that you're having and trying to figure out, well, let's just work on this nutrient here. But that's how I'm going to break it down for you guys in just a second here. So Debbie came to me with all of these issues with the goal in mind to detox and lose weight. So she's going on a 3-month journey with me a 6-month journey with me. The reason I say 6 months is that when we tackle more than one thing, we do need a bit of time, right? When we think about weight loss that's going to be for the long term, that's a lifestyle shift, not just a cookie cutter diet that you're going to fall off the wagon for in the first 3 weeks. When we talk about those things, in 6 months is always kind of like the standard, the gold standard for moving forward and making sure that you never go back to the prior way of living, and really have systems and strategies in place for yourself, and concepts, right? The knowledge of concepts that are simple and easy to do. We always go back to simplicity. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it in this video. Simple is best. More is not, less is more when we're going on a health journey, just so you know. It takes a bit of change and there's a little bit of discomfort at the beginning, but as you move through it, it becomes just so empowering that it really becomes the easiest thing, and it becomes a habit. So it's just natural. So Debbie came to me. So I looked at her, we had our assessment. I noticed that there were multiple different nutritional deficiencies, specifically in the areas of the B vitamin sector, which tends to be pretty common for most of us. Our B complex works in synergy with a few other vitamins like folate. And it just is, if one is out of whack, we'll say that many of them are. So some of the symptoms she was presenting with that she didn't even realize were an issue were things like low sex drive, moodiness, nervousness, stress, shoulder pain, joint pain. So some of these things that were coming up recurrently in some of her deficiencies really kind of just showed us that this was really an area that we could enhance while doing the rest, right? So what did that look like for us? Well, I created a meal plan using my amazing website that I use, and I will share that now because I think this is going to give you guys an idea of how much is already done for you. So this is an amazing plan. Okay, so this is an amazing website that allows me to have access to over 4,000 recipes where I can see all the nutrient value and content. This includes focusing on things like low FODMAP foods and nutritional deficiency specifically, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, you name it, I can create anything in here, which is amazing. So I would make a planner for someone, and let's call her, I'll make a new planner just to show you guys. And I'm going to make a planner for Debbie. Okay, and I'm just going to create it. We're going from scratch. Now, Debbie just happens to be a vegetarian. So I'm going to just enter something like this. This is just an example. Like, I mean, I'm a vegan and there's like a lot of omnivore recipes, but she's a vegetarian and she also is trying to reduce how much oil she's getting because we want to reduce how much fat she's exposed to specifically in her weight loss journey. So here, how cool is this? Love it. So now I have 1,100 recipes to choose. I'm going to edit the plan. It's not going to do anything for me, but then I can start really kind of filtering out and looking for things in that area. Now, one of the things that I know that Debbie had issues with was with B vitamins, and there was their kale and multiple other things like broccoli and a couple of other leafy vegetables are really great and high in those vitamins. So let's just say I add this. This is where I'm not going to do this whole meal plan, but I just want to show you how the work goes that goes into this. So one of the important things that I really want to be focusing is making sure that she is getting a lot of her vitamins, okay, in the proper order. And I have access to this through this little area where it tells me how much zinc she's getting, how much magnesium she's getting per recipe if I want to. I mean, I could just do it in the recipe as well, but what comes with it is this beautiful recipe. It comes with the nutritional tags. It also comes with, like, let's just say it's a more in-depth recipe, which I'll show you guys. Let's just say for fun, we're just gonna throw in something easy that's fun, black bean and veggie rice bowl. So we'll throw that in. That has a little bit more instructions. So we look at the recipe details. It shows you exactly how to make it. It tells you, and it generates the grocery list on to get it. And again, so at the end of the day, the most important part of this is that I can go to the planner and I can see exactly what is going into Debbie every day. There's no guesswork. I can see how much zinc she's getting. I can make sure that the vitamins and minerals that she needs more of are being addressed here. And I can make sure that she's getting recipes that are built for weight loss and that are simple and small and a lower ingredient list. I mean, these are all things we discuss in session. And then I can also make sure that all of the beautiful macros, if some people are interested in those things, are being addressed. At the end of the day, it is like, I mean, we could do a lot at home, which is eat the color of the rainbow, but sometimes it's really great to know that when you're coming in with massive amounts of symptoms, that you can have this beautiful plan created for you that is so personalized and that follows all the rules for how you may have to eat. For example, many people are dairy-free and gluten-free now, and we can easily create something with that. FODMAP free, you name it, I can create it, it's there. So I wanted to give you guys this idea. So this is what I did for one of my clients. We'll call her Debbie. And so Debbie, we'll keep moving on with Debbie. Debbie followed her meal plan for 3 months. At the 3-month mark, we had finished the detox, which I can also use very specific ingredients that are based in my detox program that would create and generate recipes in here. Fantastic, very exciting. And then at the 3-month mark, we would redo the assessment. And once again, at the 6-month mark. So what happens is Debbie followed very well. She like really dove into this with her heart and soul. I mean, she paid premium dollar for it and she did the actions because of that. This is a huge thing that I get questions about is, will I do the how will I commit? When you pay a certain amount of finances towards and invest in yourself in this way, which my price is actually quite reasonable, you actually do the work. You do the work on the things that you said you will set out to do, and you commit to it. It's just part of how we run as humans. It's an energy exchange, and the amount of energy that I pour into my clients is quite high. So in regards to that, Debbie showed up, the same energy that I showed up, and we made this work for her. And at the end of the day, she ended up in her 3 month reducing her symptoms by almost 80%. And she reduced some of the symptoms that she didn't even know she had. The ones like lower sex drive, or having, what was one of them? Having white marks on her nails from being zinc deficient. There was a bunch of these that were coming up. And then at the 6 month mark, it had even propelled to even more. So she was feeling her best self. She had not felt like that since she was a young teenager. And even then she said she didn't feel that good. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at how to get clients from point A, and she had and we'll say she had dropped her BMI to almost a normal range, which could be in 6 months anywhere from, you know what I mean? If she started off in the obese, she probably ended up in the slightly into the overweight. I mean, you're always going to lose safely and efficiently no more than 2 pounds a week, even when you are at a higher level of weight gain. But it was really, really supportive to see her momentum start when she would step on the scale. The momentum of having that 2 pounds gone every week kept her really, really moving. She ended up pain-free. She ended up headache-free. She ended up understanding and having knowledge on how to read labels, how to make choices, how to schedule ease into her life when it came to nutrition, learned how to meal plan, even though many of these were done for her, learned how to do it with me on certain sessions so that she could do this if she got bored of these meal plans with these recipes, how to do it online. A little bit more time consuming, but still completely possible using the nutritional guides that I gave her. I hope that gives you guys kind of an amazing roundabout idea of how much work actually goes into creating these plans. But the beauty of creating these plans for you guys is the results you get. The results you get, even for in the autism world, is when we specify and create really personalized things and personalized strategies. It's like it moves everything so much faster. I remember many people would give me tools or therapy tools for my son, for example, that were based in visuals and trying to incorporate these weird habits that I didn't understand. When it came to food, like we all have to eat for some weird reason, that was a much easier thing for me to understand and to create strategies around. And this is the same for healing I shouldn't say healing, but for up-leveling any type of lifestyle that you have. Like you can build these in simple, easy ways. So again, simple, simple, simple. I'm going to say it over and over again, even though it requires a little bit of road bumps as we move forward and we create systems. It's good to know how it's done. So excited. If you guys want to jump on a connection call to understand, this is what happens on a connection call, kind of like a chat like this, only a little bit more specialized, is that you get to ask me questions or you get to share with me your destination, because really each person's destination is different. Some people want to lose weight for a wedding, and some people want to reverse their type 2 diabetes. Some people want to go into their cancer treatments with their bodies optimized. This is like the power of what people like myself do. So it is really magical to work with them. It is an investment that we want to do. Even I invest in people like myself to work with me. So it's important. You need the accountability sometimes. So what happens in a connection call is really simple. It's just figuring out what your destination is. What do you want, and which things or which therapies or which nutrition guidelines are going to work best to get you there without turbulence and without detours. So think of me as the pilot to get you to the beach that you want to go to. Thanks for your time.